Hello viewers, in today's video we'll discuss about the Cartesian product of two sets. Now, what is Cartesian product? Cartesian product. Let capital P is equal to A, B, C and capital Q is equal to 1, 2, 3. Let P and Q be two sets. Then the Cartesian product, we represent the Cartesian product of P and Q by P cross Q is equal to A comma 1. See, A comma 1, then A comma 2, then A comma 3. These are called ordered pairs. A1, A2, A3, this forms ordered pairs. The elements A and 1, the elements A and 2, A and 3, where A belongs to capital P and 1, 2, 3 belongs to capital Q. Similarly, for B it will form B1, B2, B3, C1, C2 and C3. This is called the Cartesian product of P and Q. Similarly, if I find Q cross P, then I'll get 1 comma A, 1 comma B, 1 comma C, 2 comma A, 2 comma B, 2 comma C, 3 comma A, 3 comma B and 3 comma C. Now be careful, P cross Q is not equal to Q cross P. They will be equal when P is equal to Q. Here P and Q are not equal, they are different sets. Therefore P cross Q and Q cross P are different. Now definition, let capital P and capital Q be two non-empty sets. Then the Cartesian product, P cross Q is the set of all ordered pairs from P and Q. That is, P cross Q is equal to A comma B. See, this is the ordered pair. A1, A2, A3, they are called the ordered pairs. A comma B, where A belongs to the first set P and B belongs to the second set Q. So P cross Q is the set of all possible ordered pairs from P and Q. So what is Cartesian product? It is the set of all possible ordered pairs from the set P and set Q. Now some remarks. Number one is two ordered pairs are said to be equal if their corresponding elements are also equal. For example, if I say that is A comma B is an ordered pair, it is equal to P comma Q, then we have to write that A is equal to P and B is equal to Q. See, A is the first component of the ordered pair AB and P is the first component of the ordered pair PQ. If they are equal, then A will be is equal to P and B will be is equal to Q. That is, the first component is equal to first component and second component is equal to second component. This is your first remark. Second remark, if n of A is equal to P, if capital A has P number of elements and capital B having Q number of elements, then the Cartesian product A cross B will have P into Q number of elements. See here in the earlier example, set P has 3 elements and set Q has 3 elements. Now their cross product, that is a Cartesian product, it has 9 elements. So you can see that when you multiply two non-empty sets, their product contains P into Q number of elements. Okay, if A is finite, B is finite set, then A cross B will be finite, and if A and B any one of them is infinite, then A cross B will be also infinite set. Number 3, third set, for 3 sets A, B and C, their Cartesian product A cross B cross C is set of, see, this is the ordered triplets where small a belongs to capital A, small b belongs to capital B and small c belongs to capital C. So when I find the Cartesian product of 3 sets, we get ordered triplets, and for 2 sets we get ordered pairs. Here comes the first question. If x by 3 plus 1 comma y minus 2 by 3 is an ordered pair is equal to 5 by 3 comma 1 by 3 another ordered pair, find the values of x and y. So solution, we have already told you two ordered pairs are said to be equal if their corresponding elements are equal. So x by 3 plus 1 y minus 2 by 3 is equal to 5 by 3 comma 1 by 3 if and only if x by 3 plus 1 is equal to 5 by 3 and y minus 2 by 3 is equal to 1 by 3. After calculation I'll get x equal to 2 and y is equal to 1. This is the solution. The second question is, if the set A has 3 elements, that is n of A is 3 and set B is equal to 3, 4, 5, then find the number of elements of A cross B. So we need to find n of B is equal to 3. Therefore n of A cross B will be is equal to, we know if set A has 3 elements and set B has 3 elements, then the Cartesian product A cross B will have 3 into 3 elements. So n of A cross B will be is equal to 3 into 3, that is 9 elements. Therefore A cross B has 9 elements. Here comes the third question. You are given capital G is equal to 7, 8 and capital H equal to 5, 4, 2. Two given sets, find G cross H and find H cross G. So if I find G cross H, it will be at Cartesian product from G to H. So it is 7, 5, 7, 4, 7, 2, then 8, 5, 8, 4, 8, 2. And what about H cross G? It is 5, 7, 5, 8, 4, 7, 4, 8, 2, 7, 2, 8. Okay, so you can clearly see G cross H and H cross G are not equal. They are different Cartesian products. In question number 4, it is true and false question. You have to state whether the statement is true or false. You are given capital P is equal to m comma n and capital Q is equal to n comma n. Then if I find P cross Q, then it will be is equal to the ordered pairs m comma n and n comma m. Clearly it is false. Why it is false? It's because set P has two elements and set Q has two elements. If I find their Cartesian product, then the product will have at 4 elements. So if I find P cross Q, I'll have m comma n, m comma n, n comma n and n comma m. Clearly the order pairs m comma n and n comma n are missing, so it is false. So it is false. So it is false. The true statement will be is equal to P cross Q is equal to m comma n, m comma m, n comma n and n comma m. Number second statement is, if capital A and capital B are two non-empty sets, then A cross B is a non-empty set of ordered pairs x comma y such that x belongs to A and y belongs to B. Yes, it is correct. It is correct. This is true. This is the definition of Cartesian product. If I find the cross product of two sets A and B, then it is a set of all ordered pairs x and y, where x belongs to the first set and y belongs to the second set B. So it's a true statement. Number 3, if A is equal to 1 comma 2 and B is equal to 3 comma 4, then A cross B intersection phi is equal to phi. Yes, it is true, because for a empty set, its cross product with any finite set will be a empty set. See here, B and phi, they have nothing in common. That's why if I find their intersection, I will have phi. So clearly A cross B intersection phi is equal to a null set. So it's a true fact, it's a true statement, so it is correct. Now it is the Cartesian product of three sets. You are given set A is equal to minus 1 comma 1, then find the Cartesian product of A cross A. So for beginners, let's start with A cross A. If I find this, I will get minus 1 minus 1, then minus 1 plus 1, 1 minus 1, then 1 comma 1. So set of 4 elements. Now if I find the Cartesian product of A with A cross A, I will have minus 1 minus 1 minus 1. See, these are called ordered triplets. Then minus 1 minus 1 1, then minus 1 1 minus 1, minus 1 1 comma 1, then 1 with minus 1 minus 1, then 1 with minus 1 1, then 1 with 1 minus 1, and lastly 1 1 and 1. So this is the Cartesian product of three sets. For beginners, find out A cross B, then you find out A cross B cross C. This is simple. This is number 6 question. You are given A cross B is equal to A comma x, A comma y, B comma x, B comma y. See, when I find the Cartesian product of two sets, the first element belongs to the set A, that is the first set, and the second element belongs to the second set. Here A, B, B, these are the set of first elements, so they will belong to capital A, and the set X, Y, this will belong to capital B. So given that A cross B is equal to A comma X, A comma Y, B comma X and B comma Y. Clearly A belongs to A and small b belongs to A. Therefore capital A will be is equal to the set AB, and small x belongs to B, small y belongs to B. Therefore, B will be is equal to the set x comma y. So the first element will belongs to the first set, and second element will belong to the second set. Here A and B, these elements belongs to set A, and x and y, these elements belongs to set B. So you can find out A and B very easily. Number 7, I have skipped the question. It is very simple. You are given three sets A, B, four sets A, B, C, and D. You are asked to find the verify A cross B intersection C is equal to A cross B intersection A cross C. Simply, you find out B intersection C and find the cross product of A cross B intersection C, and then you find out A cross B and A cross C and find the intersection. And number 2 will be A cross C subset of B cross D. It is very simple. Find out A cross C and find out B cross D, and see the show that A cross C subset of B cross D. So let's start with number 8. This is a good question. You are given two sets A and B, and you have to find A cross B, and then you are asked how many subsets will A cross B have. So what is subsets? It is a power set of a set. So at first find out A cross B, then I will get 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3 and 2, 4. Clearly the set A cross B has 4 elements. So we know the total number of sets or possible subsets of a set is equal to 2 to the power n. It is the power set of a set. So we know P of A cross B, that is power set of A cross B mod, is equal to 2 to the power 4, because it has 4 elements. Therefore the power set of A cross B will contain 2 to the power 4 number of elements, which will be is equal to 16. Now you have to list all of them. It is a very laborious process. So I will start finding the possible subsets of A cross B are: first it is phi set or null set. Then I will take these elements one at a time. So it will be 1, 3, then 1, 4, then 2, 3, then 2, 4, then take 2 at a time. This 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, then 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 4, then 2, 3, 2, 4. Now take 3 at a time. So 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3. Now 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 4. Then 1, 3, 2, 3, 2, 4. Then 1, 4, 2, 3 and 2, 4. At last I will have the A cross B: 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3 and 2, 4. If you count the number of possible subsets of A cross B, it will be 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it is correct. Number 19, it is very simple. I hope you can find it yourself.